Hey everybody, Ms. Teacher here. We're taking a look at question number 2 from the L14. A little tricky, mostly because they put mixed numbers and fractions in here. It says select the two statements that are true. And choice A says driving 32 miles in 2/3 of an hour is a rate of 45 miles per hour. So if we explore that, let's set it up and see if the cross products match. So they're talking about miles and they're talking about hours. Miles and hours. And if we plug this in on the left, that's 32 miles in 2/3 of an hour. And we plug this on the right, that's 45 miles per hour, suggests 1 hour. Let's see if the cross products match. So 32 times 1, that's easy enough. That would be 32. We just have to find what 2/3 of 45 is. So let's think about what that would look like if we were going to do it on a piece of paper. 45 times 2/3. Remember, that's the same thing as 45 over 1 times 2/3. Now 3 does go into 45. Goes in 15 times. And if we do 15 times 2, we get 30 over 1. And 30 divided by 1 equals 30. The cross products do not match. So that means we'll eliminate that because it's not true, right? The cross products don't match, so therefore the ratios are not equivalent. Let's look at choice B. They give 48 miles, so let's set up the same way. We're talking about miles and we're talking about hours. And in this one, we're going 48 miles in 3/4 of an hour. By the way, if you like decimals better, you can rethink this as 0 and 75/100ths. And then we have 60 miles per hour, so that's 60 miles in 1 hour. Let's check the cross products. We know that 48 times 1, that's easy enough, that's 48. We just have to find what 3/4 of 60 would be. 3/4 times 60. Which, remember, 60 is the same as 60 over 1. Now 4 does go into 60, right? If I do 60 and divide that by 4, it goes in 15 times. So basically, if we divide by 4, we get 15. If we divide by 4, we get 1. Let's find what 3 times 15 is, and we can use the calculator for that, even though I think a lot of people know that in their head. 3 times 15. And we get, whoops, messed up. 3 times 15 equals. All right, now we're in business. All right, so that equals 45. 3 times 15 is 45. And if we have that over 1, that still equals 45. So in other words, this green cross product, 3/4 times 60, is equal to 45. So we're not going to pick that because these cross products are not equivalent. So let's reject that one. Let's look at choice C. So same idea. We're going to set up the cross products. Let's delete all this stuff that's going to confuse us because we're looking at choice C now. Oops, that's not going to delete. There it goes. All right, so we're looking at, in this case, 70 miles in 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Or if you prefer, you might like it like this, 1 25/100ths. They're equal. And we want to know, is that 56 miles per 1 hour? 56 miles per 1 hour. Would the cross products match? All right, so if we look at this cross product, that's mental math. That's going to be 70. So we just have to find out if, let's use a different color. Let's use purple. This cross product. Now let's use the calculator, but in this case, let's use the 1.25. This green number is equivalent to this value right here. Let's use that. So we'll type it in the calculator. 1 25/100ths times 56. And we get 70. So since the cross products match, we're going to go ahead and pick that one. That's a keeper. Now we have to find one more, right, because they want 2. You're going to use the same method that we were using for the first 3 to finish up and find out if it's D or E is the other remaining choice. Good luck finishing that up.